What's going on, noobs? Rory, the Perpetual Noob here, with a long overdue noob news. It's been about 4 months since the last noob news, so there's a lot that's happened, and then we're just going to get right to it. First, I'd like to thank all of my patrons, and all of my Twitch subscribers, and those who have cheered with bits, and those who have given me tips while streaming. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. Honestly, it means a lot to me to know that you enjoy my content so much that you wish to financially back it. So, thank you. The League of Noobs has grown to about 12,000 now, which is wonderful. We are continuing to grow. So to all of you new noobs who were not here for the previous noob news, welcome. Thank you for being here. And a bit of a shameless plug here because it's the internet and we're all trying to make it out here, and so shameless plugs have to happen. If even a quarter of you decided to visit my Patreon page, I mean, please do visit it, and all the same, there's a lot of great content on there, and decided to support me at even the minimum that the Patreon allows of $1 a month, I could quit this office job that is slowly killing me and dedicate my life to content creation again. And it would be wonderful. I could actually help support my family and do content creation and, you know, actually have a more consistent release schedule because of a lot of production changes that I've made on that end. And I think it would be great, and I would really appreciate it. And there would be no more ads on anything ever again because I wouldn't need to run ads anymore, and it'd be wonderful. So anyway, just stuff to think about, that even if just a quarter of all of you decide to do that, that'd be great. Okay, that's that for the shameless plug, because shameless plugs feel so weird. I want the League of Noobs to be a place where everyone who's there can be their full authentic self and be supported and know that everyone else they're interacting with are being their full authentic selves as well and are supported, and know that nobody that they are interacting with is in effect is lying to them or secretly hating them for who they are. Because I just want a place where we can all hang out and enjoy video games, enjoy media in general, and just talk about life and know that everyone's there for the same purpose. And with that in mind, I think there's been some confusion about that lately, and specifically about the League of Noobs and what it's about and where it's going and whatnot. And I believe that video games are for everyone. I believe that everyone experiences video games in their own unique way, and that there is no right way or only way to experience video games. There is a wrong way, or I believe there is a wrong way, and if your way of experiencing video games is to purposefully ruin the experience of other players or other people experiencing video games, you can just get out. That's not cool. I'm not here for that. There's enough trolls somewhere else on the internet. Go find them there. I believe that everyone is always learning. And by extension, that we aren't always going to get everything right the first time. I believe that equal rights for everyone is a basic human right. And that includes, but is not limited to, treating people as they wish to be treated, addressing people as they wish to be addressed, accepting people for who they are. Now, that does not include those people who have hateful beliefs or opinions and use them as identifiers. Because guess what? Being a racist is a choice. Being a transphobe is a choice. Choose better. I believe that no matter who you are, you deserve all of the rights and privileges afforded to one such as myself. I am an able-bodied, neurotypical, cisgender, heterosexual, white man, colloquially known as a straight white guy. Everyone who isn't that still deserves every single right and privilege afforded to me and people like me. Now that's all been cleared up, I hope my vision for all of us within the League of Noobs is that we can now, we have a clearer idea of what's going on and have fun along the way. And frankly, it should just be maybe a little bit easier now to interact with people and make positive connections with other people within the league, because we're all now clear of what are the guiding principles of the League of Noobs and what we're all about. So if you haven't checked out my Patreon, please do support me on my Patreon. This is going to be the shortened version of what is up on the Patreon. The Patreon is pretty much available to anyone now, non-patrons and patrons alike. Patrons get access to everything, all of my production updates, all of my little posts that happen a week early, a week before non-patrons, but everything else is still there. So if you want to check it out, get the long version of what I'm about to talk about, go to my Patreon. Please do support me on Patreon. Sly's guide is in the works and is hopefully going to be done by the end of November. I've had a fair amount of technical issues this week with a Vegas Pro update, so that set me back quite a bit. Unfortunately, got it resolved finally, but what a mess. Pure Vessel should actually be out at the end of December. Can you imagine? Monthly releases. What? The first part of the Pantheon of Hallownest should then be out in the end of January, and then the second part of the Pantheon of Hallownest should be out by February. Can't really speak to those as clearly as I did for Sly and Pure Vessel, because they're still kind of not really in the works at all, but that's the goal. And yes, Pantheon of Hallownest is coming in 2 parts because it is a massive Pantheon and a massive undertaking, and it requires 2 parts. I hope you've all had the chance to take a look around the YouTube channel, the Twitter channel, whatever, and the Patreon. Please support me on Patreon. And notice the brand new channel art that's up there. I think Ira Score did a fantastic job with it. Thank you so much for that. If you've been to the Twitch channel recently, you'll notice that the panels are all different now. And a huge shout out and thank you to Catstar for doing that. I really appreciate it, and I think they look fantastic. So go check those out, and also go support those artists because they're wonderful. We've also got some new, well, it's not really a new backdrop, it's just a changed backdrop. Rather than it used to just be giant slabs of felt and foam. Now it's small panels of felt and foam. So if they ever fall off, it's a little bit easier to replace them and get them back up there, and it's not such a big problem. Also, I've got this new chair, which is thanks to Twitch streamer Imperial and St. Jude's Children's Hospital. She was having a giveaway. Go follow her. She's a fantastic person. And St. Jude's was supporting that giveaway, and I got this chair, which was amazing because it has lumbar support, which means that when I'm in this chair for 30 hours a day, I'm not in nearly as much pain as I used to be. So that's it for today's Noob News. Thank you so much for joining me, Noobs. I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, because the world is on fire. And I'd like to hope that at least all of us within the league have each other's backs. Take care, Noobs.